Hey, good morning. Welcome to Helena Hustle. I am here with Emily Reardon of Taco del Sol. Emily, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Emily, she's got a really cool story. I'm really excited to get into it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube or Apple Podcasts, just so that we can, see who's watching. Emily, let's get to it. Let's hear your two truths and a lie.
Okay. So I have 3 cats. I have a twin brother, and I am born and raised here in Helena.
I feel like you do have a twin brother. I feel like that. So I'm going to say you have 4 cats. Is that the lie?
I have 1 cat.
You have one cat.
Yeah. Not 4, just 1.
Well,
yeah.
You should think about it.
That's the lie.
You should think about getting 4.
Yeah, well, that's too many cats.
Yeah.
1's enough.
Boy, I almost said, how old's your twin brother? Where does your twin brother live?
He's 39, because I'm 39. Yeah. And Brian lives in Bozeman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Other siblings?
I have an older half brother. His name is Chris.
Okay.
And he lives in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you and Brian hang out a lot?
Not really.
Okay.
He's really busy. I'm busy, but I see him maybe every other month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy having a twin as you were growing up?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I hung out with him quite a bit and his friends, and he's a really great guy. So it was just easy. We had a great relationship growing up. We still do.
Okay. That's awesome. Was it hard for your mom having twins?
I think so.
When you guys are little?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 of us.
Right.
So, yeah.
And balancing, I've just heard people say, finally you get one baby to bed and then the other one's crying. And
right.
It's just the challenge, but.
I was probably the one crying, but.
Yeah. Cool. So you were born and raised here then, obviously.
Yes.
Cool. Well, good. Good intro. So when you were growing up in Helena, did you picture yourself staying local?
I grew up in York, which is a town right outside of Helena.
So pretty.
And like you said, it's pretty incredible up there. So I always liked that, being out there in the woods and the smaller town feel. I'm not sure I had any desire or drive to leave. Even in high school, I figured I would be here for a while. I've traveled a little bit, but I've always came back here, just for vacations or whatever. But I don't know if I'll eventually move, maybe. But I never saw myself leaving Helena. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a reason we moved here 3 years ago, and we love it.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you picture yourself being an entrepreneur, owning your own business, owning a restaurant?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think you might do?
I thought I would do something with journalism.
Okay.
And then I went to Carroll College for about a year and a half, and I was studying education.
Cool.
So I thought maybe a teacher, but that didn't work out for me either. So, yeah.
Do you like to write?
I do.
Yes. What kind,
just anything that's general journaling, I guess, or just, I guess poetry used to be something I used to write a lot of. But for me, being able to write something down and journal it and then go through it is a good way for me to process.
That's so cool. Do you
still
still do poetry?
No.
Come on, Emily.
Yeah, not so much.
No, how come?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about stories, short stories, or have you ever wanted to write a book?
Not really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I didn't know about owning a business is how much different skills like writing would be valuable. I was never that was never my forte in school. I always dreaded the English classes and the writing assignments. But now, whenever I need, if I'm writing a blog post, for example, or, any sort of a post, I'm man, I wish I was better at this because I see how valuable that is.
Sure.
And then we were kind of talking before the camera's rolling. As a small business owner, there's, you do a lot of your own marketing. I do my own marketing, and having an eye for that, being able to write good stuff. Right. Knowing how to take good pictures and videos. So that's something I'm getting more involved in.
Well, that's so important too for the exposure because people are always seeing that. So
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to be great at it, but you have to at least, give it a decent shot.
And it's half of it's just showing up and doing the work. And
that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you always, so you were thinking about journalism. Have you been entrepreneurial or interested in owning your own business before that?
When I started working at Taco del Sol when I was 17.
You're 17, okay.
And I haven't been there the whole time. I've been there pretty much the whole time, off and on. But I gravitated towards, a leadership position there.
How soon before you got promoted?
I mean, very soon.
Okay.
And Shalon Hastings, who was the previous owner, she saw that in me. And so she cultivated that and helped me learn how to do that, how to become a better manager. She has a business degree, so to her it came naturally, how to run that place. And to me, I really had to learn from her and how to do it.
That's a great way to learn.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to school to learn that. In fact,
right.
There's this other podcaster. I say other like I'm a podcaster, but
You
there's
are.
a podcaster,
You
Tim
are.
Ferriss. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
He's got a huge podcast, and he was talking about he was really thinking about going to get an MBA, which I think is a fantastic idea. But instead of doing that, he had money from books and stuff, and he decided he was going to use $100,000 starting businesses and learning that way. And I know for me, not that there's a ton of business classes, because there's really not for like when you're in chiropractic school, it's just all, learning how to take care of people. But doing it is, I really feel, the best way to learn.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that.
So what was it what characteristics did you feel like you had that enabled you to get promoted early?
The ability to see what needed to be done that other people didn't notice. So, hardworking. I've been working since I was 14.
Okay.
So it wasn't hard for me to do extra work that other people didn't want to do. And then just the desire to serve people, good food. I think that was, when you work in food service, that's what's most important, because what you're putting out there, would you eat it yourself? And
Right.
so that was important to me. And I think that all of those kind of combined just sort of, made me sort of able to do a leadership position there and become, her manager.
What was your first job when you were 14?
I was a dishwasher.
Where at?
At a yacht base in Marina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm trying to think my first job. I think I had a paper route.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, once a week. And yeah, I was also pretty young. I was always really motivated and always wanting to save my money. And so I would like try to find jobs to, I know I bought a Panasonic, like a Discman, like a portable CD player. And that's all I could think about.
You were jazzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, okay. So also something you said that was really interesting to me is your boss was really good at cultivating and training and coaching. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
So Shalon, especially the second time around when I came back to be her manager. So I came back in 2013. She had other business opportunities she was doing, so she used to own Hub Coffee as well. She was busy, and so I think she was ready for somebody to step in. So, for example, we would do strengths test online. She would meet with me every other week, and she would have things that I needed to do. So if that would be reading leadership articles or researching ways that I could improve what I was doing there, she would require me to do that. And then when I didn't do that, she's like, well, you got to do that. There's more stuff I have to do. Absolutely. Yeah, she most definitely did. And, I think that's definitely part of like her kind of knowing that's what needed to be done. But there was a point where she knew I was just going to have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that process?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I guess I didn't really see that was going to be, I'm going to eventually own the place. It just sort of was like part of being the manager. And I assumed most people did that with their managers.
Right.
They may or may not.
Right.
Yeah.
At what point did you think that this could be maybe something where you could step into an ownership position?
So in 2018, I planned a trip to the Dominican Republic.
Cool.
And it was a 3-week trip. And before I left, literally right before I left, Shalon and I were sat down. And she basically asked me, hey, do you think you'd maybe want to buy the restaurant? And so I went on a vacation.
Had you considered it up until that point?
No, I honestly, number one, didn't think I could do it. Not just financially, but I just hadn't really seen that.
Sure.
I guess part of me was like, it'd be nice to like have this,
Yeah.
you know, and I was working so hard. And
Yeah.
so it was like, oh, it'll pay off. And,
Yeah.
you know, it pays off. You know what I'm
Heck
saying?
yeah.
But then I just thought about it, and then we came back and had some discussions, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it happened. So
How was the DR?
it was awesome.
Was it?
It was crazy.
That's what I've
yeah.
heard.
The cows are really skinny there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Shoot. But yeah, the
Tiny
resort
little steaks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't. The resort we stayed at was not really a 5-star resort, and they have really big bugs that fly around there, and it's like, yeah. But it was awesome. Like
Okay.
we rode like dune buggies through the jungle, and like
Cool.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 Went
So
to a
sorry.
couple waterfalls.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay. So you came back.
Yeah.
You had your answer ready?
Mm-hmm. So just started kind of getting stuff together, and it took a year. So June 20th, 2019 is when Shalon handed me the key. And that's pretty much when it happened.
Coming up on
So,
4 years.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Dang, that's exciting.
Yep.
I'm still in 2023 apparently.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're celebrating 20 years at Taco del Sol being open in Helena, Montana, February 14th of this year.
Okay.
So that's 20 years.
That's
It's
coming
been on
up.
the walking wall.
20 years. Congratulations. That's
Yeah, it's
a huge
pretty
deal.
crazy.
Yeah, especially, the restaurant business is difficult.
Right.
And 20 years, that's a great accomplishment.
Right. I mean, just the fact that we made it through COVID was pretty rough. We bought it in June, and then, St. Patrick's Day came around, and I was standing in that lobby thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do
What
here?
did I get
But
myself into, yeah.
had to push through, and learn the ways to work around that. It was tough, but we were always kind of a to-go business anyways. And
Okay.
so it worked out that we could just do takeout, but taking those chairs out of the lobby was hard, for minimum seating,
Right.
but it was tough for everyone,
Yeah. Absolutely. So how much different is it being the business owner versus, being an employee?
It's much different. It's the priority of me being able to see what all the work is for, and then being able to, have people that I want to work there, bringing all different kinds of people to work together. And then now I've just found somebody who's an excellent manager, and so being able to see that has been pretty incredible for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a franchise.
It is. So it was started in 1997 in Missoula.
Okay.
There's 3 stores that are open right now in Missoula, and there's 8 different stores in the state of Montana. Yep, the newest one being in Florence, Montana.
Okay.
Yep.
And so since it is a franchise, do you have some level of support from the corporate office with training or any other levels of support, or are you pretty much on an island?
So I pretty much just kind of do my own thing over here. Mick and Dave, who are the owners, I think that they've trusted along the years that Shalon has taught me how to do this.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to go over there and meet with them in Missoula, absolutely they're there for whatever, brainstorming, help with anything, they're definitely there. Absolutely. They have a corporate office there. 2 really great people,
Cool.
Great business owners. So, yeah.
As far as the menu, changing up the menu, do you also have that option, or is there kind of...
Yeah, so we all serve the same food. It's just, obviously, it has to be that way. But for the shrimp, for example, I brought that on about, I want to say 3 years ago.
Good move.
And the special sauce, I actually made up myself.
What?
And so and the staff came in and we tested it.
Cool.
We had different sauces. And so it's a cilantro lime cream sauce that's excellent that
Absolutely.
the other stores don't have. I know that Carrie in Butte, she does this special Wrangler burrito, and she does breakfast burritos. And so they're really okay, the franchise owners, with bringing those things forward, especially because it just, brings more to the restaurant itself. So,
Being innovative, and I like how you got your staff involved in tasting things.
Yeah,
and
that was
making
fun.
it like a team decision.
Yeah.
Are there any, let's say somebody was looking at starting a business, whether it was a restaurant or just any business is business. What pieces of advice would you give something, or maybe lessons that you've learned along the way?
So do your research. Fortunately, I have my brother, Chris. He's been helping me every step of the way at this business.
Nice.
So he helped me drop the business plan. Doing your financials, everything. He helps me with pretty much everything. He also owns his own business. And so doing your research, knowing how much you can actually handle when it comes to buying a business. A lot of people, I think, oh, I'm going to do this, it's going to be easy. But it's, knowing what's around you that's in the same field. So market research, and I know I said research like 3 times, but I think that's important for people when they start to do a business, is really know what you're doing before you get into it. Yeah.
And you're right, like asking for help when you need it.
Exactly.
You can't be an expert at everything.
Right.
And any business is going to require like lots of different strengths. And I think that's what the best businesses have is, they have different people with different strengths for different areas of the job. It
was fairly easy for me to do the changeover from being an employee to the owner because I'd already been doing a lot of that.
Right.
So it was like that wasn't hard for me at all. Yeah.
Cool. And what about any challenges since you've been the owner? I mean, you mentioned COVID, but any tough lessons you've learned?
So it's hard to keep people happy when you're a business owner.
As in employees or the general public?
Yeah, in general, the public or employees.
Sure.
And so I think learning how to find a set of people, number one, that can work together. And then number two, making it a good environment to be there is important. That's just kind of something that I've noticed, that's been kind of challenging, always kind of getting people together. And always reminding them, you don't have to like each other, but we got to work together. Finding people that value their work. So I would say, finding quality employees is hard. That's probably been one of the biggest challenges. And then, just general food service stuff can get stressful.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I see it when you got 10 people in line and everybody's just flying around trying to, get all the orders done, get them done right, get all the food tasting good. I can see how that would be challenging.
We don't always get it right.
Of course.
We don't always get it right. But we try our best, and that's all you can really, go for is, do your best at your job, and, making it a good working environment also helps, we work together with each other. So, but yeah, it's fun.
It is a good environment. Every time I've eaten there, it's the staff's always very polite and cheerful and professional.
That's great.
I mean, I've only had good experiences, but like you say, of course, statistically, every once in a while something's going to go wrong, and
most definitely.
I think most people are understanding,
right?
But yeah, you're dealing with the public, and you never know how someone
very true
how it's going to go.
We learned that with the masks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 years coming up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything fun planned for that?
Actually, yes. So Shalon Hastings, who I've mentioned before, her and I are planning basically like a party.
Cool.
We'll see. It'll be in April, but we're planning on doing something outside on the walking mall. So we're hoping for music. We'll probably do like free baby burritos, throw those around the walking mall.
Cool.
I don't know. But
fun.
We are planning something.
Get like a t-shirt cannon and shoot them out of one of those.
I mean, we'll probably figure something out.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
fun.
pretty cool.
I'll definitely make sure I'm there.
Yeah.
So she's going to join you with the hub, or just help
so
you
she
with
doesn't
Taco
own
del
the
Sol?
hub anymore.
Oh, okay.
Shalon sold the hub roughly around the same time that she sold Taco del Sol. She's currently has another business opportunity she's working on, but she's going to help me plan it because, she's been here with me this whole journey, and, she's just going to help me plan it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Emily. So where are you located?
We are located on the walking mall, so right across from the DoubleTree. There's parking on Jackson Street, and we all know the parking situation isn't great downtown, but basically you can just park on Jackson and walk. There's a little hill that you walk down, and it's 101 North or 21 North Last Chance Gulch. Used to be 101 in the Securities Building, but it's in the Placer Center. So yeah.
Do you guys cater?
We do not do a lot of catering.
But you do a lot of to-go orders.
We do.
For people to do to-go orders, do they call in?
Yep, you can call in. We don't do any DoorDash or any online ordering, but we definitely just answer the phone. We can accommodate large office orders with notice. I mean, anything over 25 to 30 is something we can do. We can do more just with notice. And basically, our phone number is 406-443-3978. And then we have a website. It's tacodelsolhelenamontana.com. Has our menu on there, and then you can find us on social media as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it's a great service that you provide, and
Thank
Helen
you.
is lucky to have Taco del Sol. It's delicious.
Appreciate it.
And just keep up the good work.
Cool. Thank you.